When you are in a relationship, it is easy to get caught up on the little things that your partner does for you. You might not notice the signs that they don't love you until it is too late, and you are left questioning your decision to stay with them. You might think that if your partner loves you, they would be there for every moment of your life. They would be there when you need them and support you through thick and thin. But sometimes this isn't always true. When someone doesn't love us, they may give us a lot of mixed signals or outright reject us without any warning. So what are some signs that your partner doesn't love you? Here are 10 signs that might be telling. Number 1. They ignore your phone calls and texts and refuse to answer when you call or text back. Some people might not like to hear the truth, but it is important for them to know when their partner is ignoring their calls and texts. They ignore your phone calls and texts and refuse to answer when you call or text back. They are either busy or just don't want to talk. What should you do? If they are busy with something else, they might be able to get away with it for a while. However, if they are purposely ignoring your calls and texts, then there may be something wrong in the relationship. Number 2. They never initiate conversations with you or talk about anything personal with you. It can be difficult to start a conversation with someone who doesn't want to talk to you, especially when they are your partner. It's hard to form a connection with someone who isn't talking to you. The question that many people have is why they don't initiate conversations with their partner. The most common reason is that they are not interested in talking to you and they have other priorities. This can be especially true if your partner is a workaholic and doesn't have time for anything else. It can also be because they are not attracted to you anymore. The key thing to remember here is that people don't always like the same things as you do, so it's important to understand what your partner likes and dislikes. Number 3. Your partner is always looking for a reason to argue with you. This is a scenario that most couples go through. You are in love and you want to spend the rest of your life together, but your partner has some issues with the idea. Some people find it difficult to live with their partner because they constantly argue. If you have been going through this, then there is hope for you. Here's how to make peace with your partner and be happy together for the rest of your lives. Many people in relationships tend to argue all the time because they are trying to win over their partner or prove that they are right. This can cause a lot of tension in a relationship and lead one person to feel like their significant other doesn't love them enough or care about them at all. Number 4. Your partner doesn't ever want to talk about your feelings and emotions. The pressure to be perfect is one of the most difficult things that a person can face. It is difficult to live up to people's expectations, and it is even more difficult when you are in a relationship. As a partner, you want your partner to love you for who you are. But as time goes by, it becomes harder and harder for your partner to express their feelings and emotions. They may not want to talk about how they feel or what they need from you. If you are in a relationship where your partner doesn't want to talk about their feelings or emotions, then it might be time for you to move on. Number 5. Your partner is always questioning your decisions and motives in life. Your partner is always questioning your decisions and motives in life. It can be a real pain to deal with someone who constantly asks you why you did something or what your intentions are. It is hard for people to not take this personally, and sometimes it can even become an issue in the relationship. If you find that your partner is constantly questioning the decisions that you make, it is best to try and have a conversation about it. It might help both of you to understand each other better and avoid unnecessary conflict. Number 6. They don't listen to what you say. They don't listen to what you say. They only care about themselves. They don't see your point of view, and they don't care about your feelings. They are not interested in what you have to say or how you feel. They only want to be right, which is why they are not listening to you. It's time for you to move on because it's clear that they're not going anywhere and that they are never going to change their ways. The most important thing is that you know when it's time for a break from this person, because if the relationship continues like this, it will never work out in the long run, and there will be a lot of heartache along the way, if not sooner. Number 7. Their response is always delayed. Your partner doesn't love you anymore. They have stopped responding to your messages, calls, or texts, and it hurts to see them go through this change without any warning. You're left wondering what happened and if there was anything you could have done differently. The best thing to do is wait patiently for your partner to come around and realize that they are still in love with you. Number 8. They don't make an effort to get to know each other better. As a result of this mindset, Couples often spend most of their time focusing on themselves and their own needs rather than on each other. This can lead to a lack of intimacy and closeness, as well as resentment, anger, and frustration in the relationship. As you might have noticed, it's difficult to maintain a healthy relationship when one partner does not make an effort to get to know the other person better. It's important for both partners in a relationship to focus on understanding their partner's needs and emotions. Number 9. They have a lot of secrets. When it comes to relationships, people often have a lot of secrets. One of the most common is that their partner doesn't love them. While this may be true for some, it might not be true for others. The point here is that you should never make assumptions about what's going on in your relationship based on what you think your partner is doing or not doing. You should always ask and respect their opinion and perspective on things, because they are the ones who know what they are doing and how they feel about everything happening in their life. Number 10. They are constantly busy. Our partner doesn't love us. They are constantly busy, forgetful, and unreliable. This is a common problem that many people face in their relationships. One way to handle this is by taking care of yourself and finding happiness elsewhere. Most people are busy. They have a lot of things to do, and they don't have time to give their partner the attention they need. They are constantly busy, but they still want to be in love with their partner. They want to find the time for a long romantic dinner or take them out on a date night. But most of the time, it doesn't happen. The fact is that relationships require work. Both parties need to put in effort and make compromises in order for it to be successful. Many people experience the pain of being in a relationship with someone who doesn't love them. This is especially true for those who have been in relationships for a long time and have been hurt by their partner's lack of affection. The solution is to understand that you are not alone and that there are many others who feel the same way about their partners.